All right, guys. So this is where we're at right now with the car. We have taken all the suspension off, all the coilovers, because the struts were all pretty much shot, every single one of them. The springs were original, pretty much shot also. I mean, it is a 1990 car and everything was original on it, so what do you expect? But I've been waiting for the parts to come in, and we got all new struts, we got new springs, we got a lot of stuff here actually. We got roll cage padding, we've got actually a kit back here because we're going to be rebuilding the transmission. New springs in that box plus this. We have our SFI racing harness. We have some new connectors. We're going to be fixing some wiring up in the front, plus just finishing some of it. I know this is a big jump from my last video, but unfortunately I lost pretty much all my footage due to a computer error. My fault, I didn't back up anything. So this is where the car's at now. Big difference, I know. I've done a lot of work on this since that last video was up. We will be pulling the whole front end of this car off. We're going to be pulling the transmission because second gear synchro is shot. It is just, it's grinds every time. That happened, that was before I'd started doing this. Would you look at that? We got all of them done. All new springs, all new struts. I didn't replace the top hats because they were actually good. All the bearings seemed great. And we're just trying to keep this on the lower end. Later down the road, I want to end up going to full adjustable coilover setup on this, but just for now, because how bad the struts and springs were in this, we're going a little bit cheaper on this route. I know it won't be the greatest, but it's better than what was on it for sure. All right, time for some struts.
Whoa, 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 yeah, we are in the place to be, yeah.
back. We got the front passenger side done. Move on to the driver's side. We'll get that knocked out real quick. And we'll move on to the next project. Alright. So we got the struts done. All installed. All four corners. Finally done. Give you a little quick update on the car. So we have the ECU right there. That is a Speedwino. It is basically like a Mega Squirt. It's one of those built DIY, you build it yourselves. Then we have the screen right there is a touchscreen LCD. It is ran by a Raspberry Pi actually that connects to that computer, and they both talk to each other. And so it's basically like a race pack. It ends up being like one of those race packs Holly and all of them make. Only difference is this setup, the ECU there was only about 160 bucks. You have to solder it together and all that, kind of like one of the DIY kits for Mega Squirt. And then all the components I needed for the screen there, I got off of Amazon. And that ended up being about just under $100 between the Raspberry Pi and the screen and everything. So basically got a race pack, standalone ECU for about 260 bucks. So you can't beat that because you can't even get a Mega Squirt alone for that. And we got, you know, two little gauges. We got AFR and oil pressure. And then the wiring, I know, is an absolute mess, but I do have all these connectors that we're going to use to clean that mess up, make it a little nicer, especially with pulling stuff out and everything like that. Fuel system's done. It's a 10-gallon fuel cell. We have, of course, the fuel pump. I have a filter, washable filter on it. It's AN lines all the way through. Then to our fuel pressure regulator. Turbo is a TO4DE, big as they call it. It's a big 16G is basically kind of what it is. And it's getting there. We have most of the parts we need. Get this thing going, slowly but surely. Then some of the other parts we have is the transmission's going to be getting rebuilt. And I have all of the new synchros. Second gear is pretty much, synchro is done. It's shot, just grinds no matter what you do. So we're going to be rebuilding transmission, all new bearings, seals, synchros, of course. The other thing I have is I got these grab bars or handles. Those strap to the roll cage. It's going to make getting in and out of this thing a little easier and nicer, because this thing is kind of a pain in the butt to get in and out of, and these handles will be a little nicer. Plus you'll have at least a little handle to grab just in case things get crazy. Then what else we got? Oh yeah, we have for the fuel cell, we have a little angle adapter. Make it a little easier than having the straight piece there, because that kind of sucks. So that'll make it easier filling this thing up. Then we do have SFI harness, and we have two of them, one for each seat. That way, safe for both passengers or both people in the car. What else we got? Oh, we got side mirrors. They're just cheap Amazon ones. They're like 39 bucks, but they look nice, and we don't need anything super fancy with this car. It's not meant to be a show car, it's meant to be a go car. What else we got on this thing? We got full exhaust coming all the way up back. I didn't want to end it too close in the front of the car and have it ridiculously loud. The car is an open car, so everything's going to be loud as it is, but didn't really need that to be screaming in my ear. while we're driving this. I do have some more camera gear coming to help make these videos a little easier. Most of the time it is just me doing all this by myself on my spare time. My brother does come help me every once in a great while, but most of the time it's just me working on this thing. So slower process, but we get it done. My wife helps me here and there. She actually helped me drop the motor in one night. That was fun. Actually went pretty smoothly, considering. But we're gonna definitely do some good stuff with this car. We're gonna be it's gonna be racing it. We're gonna be drag racing it, road coursing it, maybe do some autocrossing, depending. Just depends on what this car likes to do. It is an all-wheel drive. It's a TSI, so it's an all-wheel drive and everything. So we'll definitely be able to get out of the hole pretty nice, you know, hook and book and gone. So yeah, this is the car. Next couple days I'm gonna still be working on it. As you can see, we still got some more parts to be installing between all this. We're probably not gonna rebuild the transmission quite yet, just for the fact with how complete the car is already, I think we're gonna get this thing running first, and then once it's running and driving and figure out if there's anything else we need to do, then we'll probably disassemble it, fix what we need to fix, adjust what we have to adjust, and then go from there. It is a work in progress, and just like most projects are never done. So we will see you next time. Enjoy your guys' self. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in another video.